Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for joining me once again for tea time, but without tea. Why is that? Well, it's not morning, it's actually late at night. I'm here in the studio, I have some client work that I just have to get done, mission critical. Well, we're getting it done, but I was answering some of your comments from yesterday's video. And the video was, the hybrids are coming, right? It's the digital camera revolution, right? Or evolution is what I called it. So it was the idea of having a hybrid camera instead of a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. Having something in between. Something that has a EVF and OVF, something that just kind of does it all, right? The best of both worlds. A lot of you guys said, yes, the D780 has a lot of like hybrid features, like for example, eye tracking on a DSLR. That's never been done, right? IAF, which is really, really cool. But they said, you know, Joe, it's not going to be a hybrid until it has an EVF. We need an EVF, all right? And I said, you know, I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. You know, that is why a lot of people go to a mirrorless camera. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's because it's lightweight and all of this nonsense. But the problem with it is as soon as you put, for example, on a Canon unit, you know, you throw some L glass on it with a adapter and the damn thing is as heavy as a DSLR. So now all of a sudden, all of that weight savings is just really not there, you know? The main thing is a lot of you really like that augmented reality of an EVF. And I have kind of like mixed emotions with an EVF, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Well, I was going through some of the comments, and one of the comments was from Nilo, I think it's Nilo Fido. And he writes, Nikon filed a patent for a hybrid EVF and OVF back in 2013. And he put a link, it was back over, I think it was Nikon Rumors. And he said, this, I believe, it will be the next step. A full mirrorless functionality inside of a DSLR. The D780 is just a middle stage, in my opinion. And yeah, I kind of get that. And I looked at that patent, and I remember that patent from way back. It just brought it all back. I didn't realize how long ago it was. I was looking at that patent and one just before it, right around 2011, 2012, okay? This is from 2013, beginning, like January. So this has been around for quite some time. Let me show this to you real quick. So let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. So this was way back in, let's call it 2012, all right? So what Nikon was proposing in this patent is that this point and shoot would have this mega sized EVF. This panel right here would flip up. It would be either transparent or it would be opaque. And that would just depend on the signal. So if it flips up and you want to look through it, it could be transparent and then you can see your subject here on the other side, right? If you want to now look at it, but now view it more as like an EVF and see what the sensor is seeing, that would be projected on that. So just look at that as just like a massive EVF and OVF combined. So that was kind of interesting. That was like the first little, let's say, test or first little patent out there that I thought was pretty cool. Like I said, this is 2012. Now in 2013, we got something more like this. Now this looks more like a DSLR and how that would work. We can see here on the left-hand side, we have light that comes in here. It comes up to the pentaprism and then back out to where your eye is right here, okay? The way it would change is instead of this mirror being down, if the mirror was up, the light would come in and strike the sensor. That information now would be sent or transmitted to the EVF, all right? Very simple, but this was like right around 2013. Well, I did some more research because you know me, I like get into this a little bit deeper than I probably should. And I went down another rabbit's hole. So I want to bring you down this rabbit's hole with me. So I found this one This patent was from 2018, I believe, okay? Now look at this. Now we're getting something a little bit more of what I was thinking it to be. Let me first start out by saying, a lot of you said that it's not a hybrid because it doesn't have an EVF. Many more of you said, well, an EVF and an OVF combined would really take a lot of R&D. It would take a lot of hardware. There would be a lot to it. It would probably add weight and all of this stuff. And when I looked at this image, I said, you know, I don't think so, guys. I really don't think so. And I want to show you why I think not. And I want your opinion. So let's get back into this. So this is the patent for 2018 from Nikon. Now, with the mirror down, the light would come in here where the lens is, strike the mirror, shoot up to the pentaprism, bounce here, bounce there, and shoot out. This is where the eyeball would be, okay? Very simple. This is just how it works. Very, very easy. But now look at the EVF side. The light would come in here, but now, of course, the mirror is out of the way. It would continue until it hits the sensor. Now, the information from the sensor would then be sent over to the EVF. That would be up here, okay? Think about this. This screen now has the information on it. How about if this pentaprism, instead of this backside over here being black and mirrored, let's say, how about if that side was very similar to security glass, all right? Have you guys ever been to a hotel and you see this big glass door and it's the glass door that leads into the bathroom and you're like, I don't want to use the bathroom with this glass door. But when you go through the glass door and then lock it, immediately that glass turns completely opaque. Have you seen that? It's like electrified glass. I don't know how they do it, but I researched it. And that glass or that substance, that whatever skin, that layer, whatever it is like $100 for a foot of it, right? So now imagine if you had that same type of substance, this big, this little area right here, it would be either a mirror or transparent. And that would just be determined by it being electrified or not, turned on or turned off. So as you can see, when we look at this, how much extra hardware is it to be able to make this happen? There's really not much at all, is there? The only thing that really changes, and maybe a couple other things, is the backside of that pentaprism, and that's it. I mean, most everything else works the same way as live view mode works, right? Very similar. Very, very similar. So I could be wrong here. I'm guessing. I'm looking at this and just trying to figure it out and looking at how much would need to be done. And I just don't see a lot that needs to be done. So probably wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I'm just nuts. Is this a possibility or is it not? Is it? Can it be? Can we do it like this? And if we can, do we see Nikon doing it? Maybe even Canon, all right? They have the patents. They've been playing with this, like I said, from 2011, all right? They've been doing this stuff. They've been thinking about it. They've been trying to figure it out. They started out with this big, massive EVF. That's the size of a whole back panel. It's probably like 2.5, 3 inches at the time, to something that is tiny, as you can see in this patent. So, is it a possibility, and do you think that they will do it? And do you think this is something that you would want? Are you someone that likes to have an OVF and an EVF? Now, back to the whole EVF thing, like I said from the beginning. When I first saw the very first EVF, I thought it was complete trash, okay? It was just jittery. The resolution was god-awful. The blackout was just nuts. It was just crap, okay? I don't even know what else to say. It was just horrible. But now, if you look at the current EVFs, there's almost no blackout or no visible blackout, all right? And the resolution is exceptional. So they really look quite good. And I'm more interested in them today than I was before. Obviously, they're getting better. But there's a lot of you out there that say, I want an OVF because I want to see exactly what the lens is seeing. I want to see the real world as it is. And the EVF guys that say, listen, I want that augmented reality instead. I used to say, well, an EVF is kind of like a cheater. You know, it's like the guy that chimps on the back, takes a picture, chimps on the back, takes a picture, chimps on the back. That gets annoying after a while, right? Well, in EVF, you don't have to chimp on the back anymore, right? You see exactly what you're going to get before you get it. It's WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get, right? So that means if you have any type of changes that are done to the inside the camera, like your color, your Calvin, you're going to see it in the EVF. Now, for me, I personally like an OVF. I still haven't warmed up to the EVF, but everyone is different, okay? Everyone is different. I think an EVF is an awesome teaching tool. Like I said, when you make changes inside your camera, those changes are visible before you actually pull the trigger. For me, a lot of times I'll do photographs of stars, right? Famous people, and they literally give you 30 seconds, a minute, to be able to be with them and take the shots and get it right, okay? So I've spent a lot of my days perfecting the use of the cameras that I have. So what that means is I can go into just about any environment, usually I'm in horrible environments, look around, know what the Calvin is, know what to set it to in my camera to be able to neutralize it without even carrying a gray card, okay? And also know exactly what to set the camera to be able to get a good image. ISO, shutter speed, your f-stop. No problem. I can do it and I'm accurate with it. Okay. But if you don't have all that time, all right, taking hundreds of thousands of pictures as I have over the couple of decades, well, using an EVF is fantastic. You don't have to worry about not getting the shot because when you hold it up, you look, what you see is exactly what you're going to get when you pull the trigger. So it's very cool. And that's why I understand why a lot of people are just really attached to the EVF. Once you go down that EVF path, it's hard to, I think, get off that path back into an OVF, all right? Where you're taking the shot and then having to get it right, chimping on the back to make sure it's right if you need to, okay? So, I mean, I understand. I completely understand. Like I said, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that this is nonsense? Do you think what I'm showing you here could be accurate? Do you think that Nikon will come out with a hybrid DSLR mirrorless combination, best of both worlds kind of thing? And if they did, why would they? All right. They've already spent a ton of money on R&D on new mounts, right? New glass. Why would they do it? Why wouldn't they have done it before coming out with these mirrorless cameras, right? So I think that they will probably do this, but I think it's almost like a Band-Aid, all right, to coddle the people over, all right, from the DSLRs into the mirrorless world. It's a means of getting the people that were shooting film into digital. You know what I mean? That movement. We know that change is not the friend of many. People don't like change. So if there's a way for Nikon and Canon to be able to move people into the mirrorless space, they're going to probably try doing it. And if it means putting an OVF, EVF combination into a camera, which I consider to be a hybrid, they're probably going to do it. As we see with the D780, there is a lot of things that are coming directly out of the Z6. I originally thought that DSLRs will probably be dead in a year or two. And I really don't think that's the case. I think the DSLRs will change, but I think the DSLRs will probably be around for 5+ more years, okay? Even when mirrorless really starts taking off. Right now, we're at about a 50-50 split, mirrorless to DSLRs, right? So we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see what ends up happening. So once again, what do you think? Am I crazy? Am I right? Am I wrong? Why am I wrong? Why am I right? In the comment area, put those comments. I want to hear from you guys. I really need to get back to my client work here. It's getting later and later. I really need to get out of here. So if you enjoy my content, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be stellar. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can get all my content when it becomes available, and click the bell icon so when it is available, you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've made for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me. That would be stellar. And don't forget to go ahead and download my ebook. Go to jcristina.com/ebook. And if you're a subscriber, use promo code YT20 at checkout over there at jcristina.com. And anything that's in your shopping cart, all of it will be 20% off. Once again, YT20 is the promo code at jcristina.com. And finally, once we're done talking here in the comment area, head over to my creative Discord server that I made for us. All right, you can get there by going to community.jcristina.com. Once again, community.jcristina.com. A lot of brilliant people over there, eager to help. Check it out. It is fantastic. I hang out over there a lot. So guys, I'm out of here for yet another vlog. We'll see you in the next one. Many blessings to each and every one of you. Take care.